welcome back to my channel. So today we are learning about how to never be boring in conversation. Have you ever found yourself sucked into an incredibly dull conversation? Even worse, have you ever experienced the searing burn of shame across your cheeks when you acknowledge that you're the reason a conversation is incredibly dull? Just consider how things might have turned out differently if you had been able to capture the girl's interest and hold it throughout. Imagine being confident when you start every conversation. Being boring is one of our greatest fears when interacting with other people. So today we are learning about ways to avoid being boring in a conversation. Number 1, keep the conversation focused on the other person. Individuals enjoy discussing themselves. You may be surprised at how much the other person chooses to share when you turn the conversation toward them and give them space to do so. Additionally, they will feel closer to you the more they converse. However, this does not imply that you should remain silent the entire time. That would make the conversation stale and have the opposite effect. Recall that this is your conversation to lead. As they continue talking, make sure to gently steer it in the direction you want it to go in the end. You know where you want it to end up. Additionally, keep in mind that you should genuinely be curious and interested in what they have to say. Number 2, create story gaps. Creating a story gap is a great way to get people to listen to your story intently. A story gap occurs when you tease the audience about how the tale will conclude in order to pique their interest. Then you fill in the details. You run the risk of someone getting bored before you finish your second sentence and either interrupting you or not listening at all. People must be given a cause to care about you. This can be accomplished by beginning your story with the punchline. Like a riddle, it operates. You're putting a lot of pressure on the other person's mind to imagine various outcomes. Additionally, if you begin a story with a conclusion, it will seem mysterious, and people won't stop you until the mystery is solved. The listener won't be able to consider other stories because they will be preoccupied with imagining what might have happened. Number 3, find points of commonality and connection. Despite how obvious it may seem, it's frequently easy to forget this in fast-paced conversations. There will definitely be topics of interest that come up naturally during the discussion. Seize the chance to establish a connection with them when they do. Discuss that. Take a deep breath. Examine the aspects they find objectionable. Additionally, relay some of your least cherished items. Recall both of your unpleasant experiences with a small laugh. You two have gotten closer as a result of your recent discovery of common ground. Additionally, you're that much closer when the conversation moves to the point of setting up the demo. Number 4, modulate and animate your voice. Imagine the most monotonous voice you've ever heard speaking at a single pace. I doubt that many people would be willing to listen, even if the speaker discussed the best way to achieve global peace. Suspense and surprise are absent from the narrative. It's important to keep your conversation partner alert. This is a skill that will take time to master. Fortunately, it can be trained. You can improve your speaking style and maintain the attention of your audience by remembering a few simple tips. Make sure that people are hearing you first if you want them to pay attention. You must talk loudly enough for others to clearly hear you. Do you wish to draw interest? Talk louder than the individual in front of you. Number 5, watch talk shows. Some of the best conversationalists can be found hosting late-night talk shows. They actually receive compensation for their ability to strike up conversations night in and night out. Talk show hosts, of course, interject humor frequently, ask a lot of questions, and steer the conversation mostly toward the other person during the exchange. If serious programs with frank interviews are more your thing, you can watch those as well. In any case, pay attention to the hosts and the other person's body language. What kind of tonality are they employing? Do they communicate with each other by using specific body language? How are they establishing a connection with one another? Number 6, talk slowly. While speaking quickly isn't always a bad thing, it can be perplexing for the other person. If you truly know your stuff and you're not present in the conversation, you might talk so quickly that the other person's head spins. Make sure you deliberately lower your cadence until it approaches an uncomfortable level for you. You won't be talking too slowly, I assure you. That's just how it feels. You can practice this by either recording yourself or by asking a friend to hear you out and provide feedback. Number 7, ask personal questions. If small talk is overly generic, it can become irritating and frustrating. There are moments when you just don't want to find out what the other person is having for supper. Asking questions about the person you are speaking with at the start of the conversation is a great way to find out more about them. Use the word "you" in your questions to help direct attention toward them. Another entertaining and interesting way to add interest to a conversation is to ask someone what they think. Do they use a preferred tech platform? What is their preferred method of scheduling their work? Have they recently read any excellent business books that I should read? If you find this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with your loved ones. Subscribe and comment below. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Thank you for watching.